Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How are you?
Great.
I welcome you all to the meeting number 474. And my name is Atul Maheshwari. I am the sergeant arm for today's meeting. Before start the meeting, I would like to mention 3 ground rules. Number 1, please switch off your mobile phone or put it on silent mode. Please do it now. Rule number 2, as a Toastmaster, we don't talk about gender, religion and politics. So please avoid talking about the same. And number 3 rule, when someone is speaking on the stage, please do not do that. Everyone in the mission everyone in life has a mission. Similarly, as a Toastmaster club, we have a mission. So I request everyone to stand up and take the oath of a mission. The mission of our Toastmaster Club is to provide mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member has the equal opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters personal growth and self-confidence. This, I formally announce the meeting as open, and I would like to invite our Presiding Officer, Deepanshu Jindal.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Atul. Welcome to all the guests. Welcome to all the members. Welcome back. Welcome again to once again a Sunday morning where we all come together to develop our public speaking skills and to become a better leader. Now, before I start before I ask my guest introduction, I have 2 major announcements. First, we have 3 new members joining our club. Toastmaster Anand Gujral is here now. Okay, he's not here. Toastmaster Anand Gujral, Toastmaster Bhavna Mehta, and Toastmaster Sonu Gupta. So Toastmaster Bhavna Gupta is there. So can we have a huge round of applause for our newest member? Second, as per popular demand, our members were asking about outdoor meeting. So what we have decided is that we are going to release a form today, and I would request all the members to please share your opinion, what dates are comfortable with you, any ideas you have, so that we can plan accordingly. And most probably we are going to have this one full day fun outdoor meeting in December because the temperature would be a bit less at that time. So yes, that's the 2 announcements. Now I move on to our guest introduction. Yeah, for our guests, just please share a small introduction so that we can get to know you and what are your expectations. Ma'am,
good morning, everyone. My name is Varma Dhiman, and I am working in an organization. And from last 3 weeks, I am here and I am attending all the sessions. Right. So for me, it is an euphoric experience that I can tell you.
Thank you very much, Varma.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Shivani Dhiman and I am a teacher by profession. So joining this community is all about just enhancing my leadership quality and the communication skill. So definitely, whatever I have learned in 2 classes, this is my 3rd one. So yes, it was really a euphoric moment or experience. Now I'm looking forward for the different experiences.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Hello everyone, my name is Utkarsh and I am working with Cadet 47. This is my first day and I got to know about the Toastmaster from online platform. So I am here to learn about more improvement and more English fluency in my communication. That's all.
Thank you.
Good morning everyone, my name is Navcharan and I'm working at the 24/7 as a content writer, and this is my first presentation, this is my first class, and I just came here to learn communication skills.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Piyush Jain. I am working as a director in Tata Energy into operations, and my objective to join this club is to enhance my public speaking and leadership skills. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you.
My name is Amar Singla. I am chartered accountant by profession. I am working in a EY company, and I am here for the self-improvement and improving my communication skills.
Thank you.
Okay. Hi folks, I'm Jokemaster. I am from Delhi but been here for the past 4 years now. Basically, I joined Toastmasters in Bangalore about 8 years back, and I think I got a lot of value addition. And since then, I've been thinking that I should be joining something. I think especially post-pandemic, I think we haven't been able to interact too much in person yet. I think in Zoom, I think we speak pretty well, but I think I really want to get back, the in-person experience of speaking publicly, and hence I'm here. So glad to be here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi everyone, myself Arun Singh, and I am working as a purchase engineer in Napino, in Mysore itself. So it is my first class actually. I got to know about this platform by my colleague actually. So I am here to learn about the public speaking, how you can speak in.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
My name is Ajay Singh, and I'm a mechanical engineer and serving the automotive industry, and here to improve my communication as well as speaking in the public.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello everyone, myself Abhay Rasim, and I am consultant in cashew industry, and I just came to improve myself.
Thank you. Thank you. There are almost 10 days today. So with this, I'll move on to our TMOD introduction. Our Toastmaster of the day today is someone who has been a member of Toastmasters since last 2 years. He is a passionate Toastmaster. He is currently working as a manager at Maruti Suzuki. His hobbies are reading and learning new things. And today as a TMOD, he is not only going to manage the whole meeting, he is going to ensure that we have a smooth transition between all the roles, and we ensure to end on time. So with this, ladies and gentlemen, with a huge round of applause, please welcome our Toastmaster.
So thanks Deepanshu for the introduction as well as initiating the meeting. So now today I will be explaining about taking the meeting number 474. So I am playing the role of bead weaver. So bead weaver is basically, my role is that I need to ensure that transition in the meeting is smoother. So I will be introducing the speakers, and whether it is table topic master or table topic speakers, as well as evaluation. In the evaluation section, I will be handing over the stage to our general of the day. So first, let me explain the meeting structure for the guests. So today we have 3 sections. First section is prepared speeches, in which we have 5 speakers who will be delivering their speeches, and they will be evaluated by 5 evaluators also. And the second section is table topic master, table topic section in which guests can also participate. And in this topic will be given on the spot, and you need to speak. It is basically practice of impromptu speaking skills. And evaluation section, in the evaluation section, speaker will be given feedback by their respective evaluators. So we have 5 speakers as well as 5 evaluators also. So they will be giving feedback on their speeches. And we will be sharing link for the feedback to the speakers as well as role players. So we will be circulating this link through WhatsApp, and you need to give feedback to speakers as well as role players. And then we will vote also for the best speaker, best table topic speaker as well as role players. And after every speaker, we will give 1 minute break to give feedback to our speakers. Next, I would like to introduce word of the day. It is verb. That means great energy and enthusiasm. And synonyms are vigor and vitality. So we all here come with great verb today. And our speakers will also deliver their speeches with full wit and verb. And I request all of you to give thumbs up whenever the speaker is using word of the day. So now, I will not take much time. I would like to start the meeting with some laughter moments. So for that, today we have our Toastmaster. She has joined Toastmaster in September 22. She is working as teacher at St. Xavier's. She is an MA in English. And her habits are playing badminton and writing poetry. So please welcome Toastmaster Zaeema on the stage.
Guests and fellow Toastmasters, good morning.
Good morning.
So a conversation is happening between a journalist and a farmer. So journalist is interviewing a farmer. He asks question. How much amount of milk does your cow produce? Farmer. Which one? The black one or the white one? Journalist. Black one, 2 liters per day. And the white one, 2 liters per day. Journalist. And where do they sleep? Which one? White one or the black one? Journalist. The black one in the barn. And the white one in the barn. Again, the journalist comes with the third question. And your cows look very healthy. What do you feed them? Farmer. Which one? The black one or the white one? Journalist. The black one? Grass. And the white one? Grass. Now the journalist is very annoyed. Okay, but why do you keep saying if the black one or the white one when all your answers are the same? Farmer. Because black one is mine. Journalist. And the white one? It's also mine. Thank you.
Thanks, Toastmaster Zaeema, for the wonderful joke. Now I will be calling upon our general evaluator of the day. So our general evaluator of the day is Toastmaster Vivek. So I will call upon Toastmaster Vivek for the giving introduction of his team. And he is with Toastmaster since September 21, and he will be heading general evaluation section of today.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Let's increase the energy level. The word of the day is verb. So really we require a lot of energy, and especially from the guest. Evaluation is backbone for any Toastmaster meeting. And all of us know any speaker who is coming on the stage requires feedback for improvement. So, evaluation would be done by set of evaluators for speeches, and there are auxiliary role players who would be evaluating timing objective, counter and grammarian objective. Apart from that, each one of you also have opportunity to evaluate the speech, and you will be given 1 minute as a feedback to a speaker for their improvement. So please use that 1 minute very judiciously. It will help each one of the speaker to improve their speech next time. This meeting we have 5 speeches, and there are 2 speech which Toastmaster is giving first time, which we call as a icebreaker speech. So without further ado, I would like to introduce my tag team who is going to assist me in evaluating whole meeting. End of the meeting, I'll present my report. So I'll start with first timer, Ayush. Yeah, you are here. Let's clap for Ayush.
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests.
Good morning.
As a timer, I will monitor and record time for each meeting segment and each speaker. I will operate the timing signal indicating to each speaker how long he has been speaking. For prepared speeches, green card will be shown at 5 minutes, yellow card will be shown at 6 minutes, red card at 7 minutes. The speaker shall have 30 seconds to close. For table topics, green card will be shown at 1 minute, yellow card at 1.5 minutes, and red card at 2 minutes. The speaker shall have 30 seconds or more, 30 seconds more to close. For evaluations, green card will be shown at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2.5 minutes, red card at 3 minutes. The speaker shall have 30 seconds more to close. In addition, I shall signal the president, Toastmasters, table topic master and general evaluator with red card when they have reached their allotted time. When called by general evaluator, I shall announce the speaker's name and time taken. I shall also mention those members who are eligible for voting.
Thank you. Just to add, for icebreaker speech, timing would be 4 to 6 minutes and 30 seconds they will get additional to wrap up the speech. May I have Grammarian Bhawna? Please read your objective. Yeah, you can do it from there as well.
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests.
Good morning.
As a grammarian, I shall listen to everyone's word usage and note down any awkward usage of or misuse of language, such as incomplete sentences, sentences that change direction in midstream, or incorrect grammar. So, for example, a singular verb with plural subject, a sentence is 1 in 5 children wear glasses. Should be 1 in 5 children wears glasses. And an example of a pronouns misuse, no one in the choir sings better than her, would be no one in the choir sings better than she. And I should also report creative language usage, and at the end, I would urge everyone to use the word of the day during the meeting. Thank you.
May I request Jatin for AHA counter objective? Oh, sorry, Surinder. Yeah.
Thank you. Good morning, Toastmaster guests.
Good morning. Good morning.
As an all-rounder, I shall take the note of correct words like well, what, so. This type of words we often use. I will note on that word. Apart from the word sounds we use in our speeches, that like that we will use it like argument. These sounds I will also note down. After the sometime when we speak, we note down repeated words like when we have some trouble with the speaking, then we use I double time. This means double time. I will note that word also. Also, will note down the long pauses if we use in our speeches. When will the general evaluator called upon, I will report my present my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Okay, all the best for speaker and over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek, for explaining the role and as well as introducing your tag team. So I am sure that your tag team will be evaluating the session throughout the meeting, and they will be giving feedback for our improvement for the all speakers. So now we will move on to our next section, which is prepared speech section. Please come. So I think now we can continue. Now this section will be starting as prepared speeches. So we have today 5 speakers, out of which first we will start with a speaker who is Toastmaster since September 22, and he is working as senior lead engineer at Airtel, and he has done his BTech from MBM Jodhpur, and his hobbies are playing chess as well as watching cricket, and today he is delivering icebreaker speech. So I request as Ashwini is giving his icebreaker speech, so I request all of you to stand up for the applause after he completes his speech, as he is starting his journey. So we wish him all the best, and I now call upon Toastmaster Ashwini on the stage. So before starting the speech, I will request Toastmaster Atul to recite his speech objectives.
His speech objective is to introduce himself. He will take us through his journey so far and his aspirations for the future. And his speech title is Keep Learning. So, keep learning, Toastmaster Ashwini Khatri. Keep learning. Over to you.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Yes, keep learning.
Yeah.
Toastmaster Ashwini, keep learning.
So life is a challenge, and the way to challenge is keep calm and ask yourself, what will be the better way? Sorry. Shall I start again? So, life is a challenge, and the way to challenge is keep calm and ask yourself what will be the right way, what will be the right move. So, good morning, fellow Toastmaster and my dear friend.
Good morning. Good morning.
For those who don't know me, I am Ashwini Khatri. I born in Jaipur. We are 4 siblings, 3 brothers and 1 sister, and I am the elder one in my family. Here I am going to share you a part of my life story and experience with you as my icebreaker speech. From my childhood, I was used to be very aggressive while doing a task, work, or talking to a person. Aggression is good if you are doing a task and people may appreciate it. But while talking and you show aggression, that time you always but when you are showing aggression in your talking, most of the time you will
You can use your notes.
You want to use your notes? You can. So, when you are showing aggression while talking, it will harm you most of the time. So here the conflict is aggression while you are talking. So here I am going to tell you how it harmed me, how I identified it, and how I out it from my life. So in 2010, I joined as software engineer in Wipro. Gradually, I became lead engineer in 2014 by putting aggression in my work. As I was new in that lead role, I was having 4 members in my team. And during that time only, I was assigned to a project which was very business critical and having very tight timelines. I prepared that project plan, divided tasks between team and me. and I explained the criticality to the team members. While working in that project, one person took leave by giving that reason that that her dog is not well. Like, I was surprised when I heard, like, I burned out. I called that person and we ended up with some heated discussion. After that discussion, that same person took 2 more days leave with the same reason. So, to deliver that project on the time, I asked my team member, now we have to support that. So, I divided the task between all team members. Although we delivered the project, but it ended up and overloaded with my existing fellows or the core. After a few days, I was thinking how better way I can handle that situation. So then I was thinking that if I calmly speak and understand his problem, we may find a way that person can work along taking care with her pet. So here the conflict was aggression in talking. So I learned, if you have aggression in talking, you will lose the bonding of that person, from that person. Objective of the discussion will never meet. Third, always you will get no result or zero result. No meaningful, either you will get no meaningful result or zero result. So how I practicing that? I was controlling my unconscious mind that time. I thought that now I will control my unconscious mind in future. So I practicing that. So if I face this kind of situation in near future, what I will do? So I started, for this situation, I control my unconscious brain. I start listening that people in more detail, understand their problem and finding the way or alternate way or better way to solve that issue. And I applied the same thing not only in my professional life, I applied in my personal life also, and it gives better result. So again, we were working in my recent past. We were working in some critical project, and that time I was having 4 members in that team. That in that 4 members, one person didn't tell that he is not having that capability of the technology where we are working, in which we are working. So that time I given some task and it was not delivered as per the required pace. So I speak to that person. That time I got to know that he is not capable, he is less capable in that technology. So now in this situation, I didn't ask to that person or I didn't raise the question on his capability or skills. I conducted one meeting with that person along with my whole team members, and I requested my whole team members to provide at least 1 hour support each day and groomed him up. By doing this, now I am having 4 experts in my team. Initially it was 3. I groomed that person, and now we are having 4 experts of that technology in my team. So this is the crux. So life never stops. Never stop learning. Life never stop teaching you. Yeah. Thank you for your support.
great message in your speech, in fact.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashvini, for sharing your learning, and we wish you best of luck, all the best for the next speeches. We think we all will support you, and I think we can deliver better speech next time. So now, I will request all of you to share the feedback to Toastmaster Ashvini. So guys can take QR code from the nearest member.
Yeah, please.
So I will request all of the guests to don't close this HTML page which we are opening through a QR code till the end of till all the feedback to all the speakers are given. Considering the time, we can move on. I request if somebody has not given feedback, maybe in the next break they can share the feedback to the speaker in the same link only. So I will now request our second speaker of the day. So he is someone who also joined in September 22, and he is working with Shoppers Stop, and his hobbies are playing football and reading books. And his pathway is persuasive influence, and again he is giving his first speech, and it is again icebreaker speech. I will request Toastmaster Anand to share his speech objective.
Thanks, Toastmaster of the day. So, Toastmaster Jatin is attempting his first icebreaker speech from the path persuasive influence. Timer, please note his timing is 4 to 6 minutes. The speaker will actually be sharing the life story of his with all of us. I wish all the best to Toastmasters Jatin, and I am sure that he'll actually deliver a performance of work and vitality.
Please welcome Toastmaster Jatin on the stage. Toastmaster Jatin, story so far, Toastmaster Jatin.
Thank you, Toastmaster. So, this day I got a message from Toastmaster Deepanshu that I have to deliver my first icebreaker, and he really put me in the spot. I could have said no, but I had to do it sooner or later, so I said yes. Anyways, so now I have to sum up my 23 years of life in 6 minutes, which is a Herculean task, I guess, but I'll try my best. Then I thought that since you guys know nothing about me, so I can tell you anything, and you will believe that. So I was very intelligent student, the most charming, handsome. I'm just kidding. I was very pretty average student. So I'll start from the starting. I was born in a very small village in Uttarakhand, and my father was in Navy at that point of time. So we have to move to Mumbai, and we lived a very brief amount of time over there, and I couldn't really recall anything about that. So when he retired from the Navy, we all came to the cleanest city in India, which is Ghaziabad, and that was a joke actually. Ghaziabad, and then he started from ground zero. He settled his own business, which took off sometime later, and Then I got into Kendra Vidyalaya, the Ghaziabad one, which Air Force Indian. And everything was good in my life. I have a loving father, caring mother, and a brother who used to bully me, who still does. And then so as I have already told you that I was very average in academics, but I have sports to vouch it for because I was deep into sports since the time I can remember. As like every Indian kid, I wanted to be a cricketer when I wanted to grow up. But fate had other thing decided. So I would like to brag that I am a gold medalist in soccer in Delhi region. And I still watch the game, still love the game, still play the game, still evaluate the game, still analyze the game, and the love for the beautiful game is ever increasing. I just can't explain you guys. And so, as I've already told you, I was knee deep into sports, in football. So I nearly flunked my 11th standard. I took science because of my friend's influence and my mother's overconfidence. And I took science. I was not made for it. I realized it much later. But I somehow passed 11th standard. And after that 11th standard, so when I came into 12th, I thought that this is the high time to study hard because this is the last time to prove myself. Then I studied really hard and got 95%. I didn't. So I just wanted to see. The gentleman standing right in front of his R is a genius, but I'm not a genius. I'm just a very average kid with issues, confidence issues. So that's the reason I joined. Now, after passing out of school, I never wanted to touch physics, chemistry, maths ever again. So I wanted to do something which got more to do with skill rather than knowledge. So one of my friends recommended to do hotel management, and it sounds pretty amazing because all we know from outside was that the hotel management only consists of chefs. So the chef profession is quite cool from everyone's perspective, I guess, but the story changes behind the curtains, obviously. So for your information, never ask your chef friend to make free food for you because he had spent 6 lakhs, north of 6 lakh rupees in his degree, obviously. And second thing, that hotel consists of food and beverages also. The food and beverages, the multiple cuisines, wines, alcohol, and much more than that. And I was really into wines when I was in hospitality. So I wanted to be a sommelier. So sommelier is basically a thing that is an expert in wine. We can talk this about later on because I have much to do. And then I was supposed to complete my graduation in 2020, but in 2020 we all know what happened. At the stroke of midnight, I guess, PM Narendra Modi announced a nationwide lockdown, and we were all locked in our houses. So I wouldn't say that the lockdown was very harsh on me. It was quite good because I had quite interesting experiences at that point of time. The first thing that I started taking care of my body. So I was already into sports. Taking care of my body wasn't that hard for me. But then I got to know one thing, that good things also has a slippery slope. When you do one good, because when you take care of your body, you will take care of your food, and you will take care of your food, your nutrition, your sleep as well. So I started taking care of my body. Then I have to take care of my mind as well. So I started doing meditation as well. So meditation does help. Honestly, meditation does help. You guys, everyone has to experience it yourself. So I started doing meditation. The best thing that meditation does is it connects your subconscious to your subconscious mind. You can see yourself as a third person. Even when you are doing a mundane task, you will find yourself observing your only thoughts. So that is quite an experience. And then another thing which I cultivated during the lockdown period was I started reading again. So I had a very funny story about that. So I had a crush in school who used to read Harry Potter. So I started reading Harry Potter to impress her. And then I read first Harry Potter, the Sorcerer's Stone, I guess. Then the second, the Chamber of Secrets. Then third, then fourth. And by the time I completed the Harry Potter series, the impressing my crush idea was out of the window already. So yes, and reading is the reason I got to know about Toastmasters as well. So yes, and another thing I would like to share about me is that I had battled with self-confidence for nearly my whole life, the life I've lived up until now. So I would like to share a quote to end my speech, that there's a quote from Old Testament, I guess, that whoever has more should be given, and whoever less, it's from them it should be taken. So that really applied in every part of my life. I've really accomplished more of my fears using that quote only. And you know the famous line from Mountain Dew, that dar kya ke jeeta, so they really figured it all along. So yes, that's my speech, and my name is Jatan and this was my icebreaker.
Thanks, Toastmaster Jatin. I think MCTC will support you, giving your wings to your confidence. So now, I will again request to give feedback to Toastmaster Jatin for 1 minute. Again, the same link will be applicable. Thanks, Tamil. So now I will call upon our third speaker of the day. So our third speaker is Toastmaster, is veteran Toastmaster. He is Toastmaster since 2014, and he has joined again after a hiatus, and he is currently working as creative producer at Reader's Digest. And his hobbies are playing guitar, he enjoys voice acting also, and he loves painting. And today he is delivering his second speech here. It is done in Dynamic Leadership Pathways 1.2, and his evaluator is Toastmaster Bakul Joshi. So I welcome on the stage Toastmaster Shaayaan, and I request Toastmaster Bakul Joshi to share his speech objectives.
Since Shaayaan's Toastmaster journey, he has taken the path dynamic leadership. The first two speeches you heard were icebreaker speeches. They were the first speech in the journey. This is the second speech in the journey. And in any public speaking, there are two areas very, very important: body language and voice modulation. And Shaayaan is going to focus today on these two important areas, body language and voice modulation, to enhance his speech. So he will be evaluated on these two aspects today. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Learn from Pablo. Shaayaan said, learn from Pablo. All the best.
Wisdom can come from the most unexpected of places. Ever since she was a toddler, my younger sister Sarah was fascinated by all sorts of animals. Bhaiya, look, cutie horsey. Bhaiya, big buffalo. Ah, cutie cockroach. Yeah, she found cockroaches cute at one time. This one instance, when she was barely 2 years old, she saw a wild pig for the first time in her life and started running after it, joyously yelling, "Baby elephant! Baby elephant!" She wanted to ride it. So it made absolute sense that for her 13th birthday, Sarah wanted only one thing: a pet. But the only problem was, my parents despised exactly that one thing, the concept of a pet. After months of coaxing and convincing, they finally agreed to let Sarah have a kitten. So the day after her 13th birthday, we went to an adoption center and got home Pablo. Little did we know that this would be a life-altering moment for all of us. Over the course of 7 years, Pablo has taught us 3 invaluable life lessons. No matter how much food you give Pablo, he only eats the amount he needs. Even with his favorite treat, which is tuna fish flavored creamy treats, he'll only eat a little bit, save the rest for later, and he'll politely walk away. Contrast this to my friend's wedding I attended last weekend. Pot-bellied uncles and aunties are walking with plates overflowing with food. This one uncle is at the buffet counter. He moves aside the jalebis to make room for another gulab jamun. We've all seen those uncles and aunties, right? Maybe we've also been those uncles and aunties. I know I have. Pablo can teach us to be content with whatever little we have, which is lesson number 1 we can learn from Pablo. Besides his basic needs, which is food, water, shelter, love, and a little bit of playtime, Pablo cares little about anything else. He has a master's degree and very recently earned a PhD in ignoring. Sometimes when I call out his name affectionately, Pablo, all I get is a Our attention is the priceless commodity everyone is trying to hog. Your phone is constantly dinging with notifications from apps that you could do without. Your Facebook feed is filled with photographs of friends that you haven't spoken to in years. And the moment you log into Netflix, the trailer starts playing automatically, trying to hook you. Pablo can teach us that it's okay to not care at times, which is lesson number 2 we can learn from Pablo. It's okay to not respond to every WhatsApp message. It's okay to not check social media every couple of hours to see who's doing what. And it's absolutely okay to not know about that Netflix series everyone seems to be raving about. One day, Pablo is lying on the floor, licking himself. He's in this twisted, contorted position. He can reach any part of his body, I swear. Here, anywhere. Parts only Pablo and Baba Ramdev can reach. So while walking past the living room, I accidentally stepped on his tail. He let out a painful shriek and skedaddled behind the sofa. I felt so guilty. But 15 minutes later, Pablo is back on my lap as if nothing had happened. I recently met a friend who hasn't spoken to our mutual friend from school over a tiff which happened 15 years ago. Is there someone in your life who wronged you and you still haven't forgiven? Pablo can teach us to be generously forgiving, which is lesson number 3. Say it with me. We can learn from Pablo. 7 years ago, none of us could have fathomed the profound amount of impact this little ball of fur can have on us. Wisdom can come from the most unexpected of places. And philosophers can take the most unlikeliest of forms. Maybe you can learn a lesson from a movie you watched. Maybe you can learn a lesson from your bicycle. Or maybe you can learn a lesson from your flute. Just the way I learned from Baba.
Thanks for Toastmaster for sharing your learnings. So I will request all of you again to share feedback to him. So 1 minute is up, so we will be moving to our next speaker. So let me introduce our next speaker today. So today he's our next speaker is Toastmaster since September 2018, and he is currently studying in IP University as a Bachelor of Architecture student, and his hobbies are volunteering, playing flute, and also learning new things. Today he is delivering his level 3 project in engaging humor pathways. So I welcome Toastmaster Deepanshu on the stage, and at the same time I will request Toastmaster Vivek to share speech objectives.
Fellow Toastmasters, today Toastmaster Deepanshu is going to attempt level 3.1 from pathway engaging humor. The purpose of this speech is the member to determine their style of humor and applying the speech around the central message of the speech. Toastmaster Deepanshu has attempted this speech in the past, and based on their last feedback, he is going to attempt once again this speech engaging humor. So Toastmaster Deepanshu, all the best. Thank you.
Story of kindness, Toastmaster Deepanshu, story of kindness. All the best. Thank you.
I will begin my speech by requesting everyone to please close their eyes. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Now I want you to envision the time when you were on the receiving end of an unexpected act of kindness. I want you to visualize that scenario. Feel the impact of the kindness shown towards you. Feel it. Once you have a story in mind, open your eyes. By a show of hands, how many of you experienced that unexpected act of kindness from a loved one, family, friend? Anyone? Okay. And how many of you experienced it from a stranger? Fantastic. And how many of you experienced it from a senior, a boss, a mentor, a teacher? Keep this in mind, it is the essence of my story. It's 2015, month of January. And as always, winter has broken all the records of past 40 years. I'm 15 years old and I'm dreading to go to school. Because in a couple of hours, I have to perform in the front of whole 2,000 students for a Minister of State who is also the chief guest. Although there are 12 others in the choir to sing and dance along with me. But the irony is that all the 12 other students are super excited about this opportunity. They feel like the luckiest kids alive. They are truly blessed to get this chance. Now this might make you wonder, what makes me so scared about it? Well, it's all because of my best friend, Samir's effort, who I call Sam. It was Sam who was supposed to perform instead of me. But he later realized that his crush was not going to be present that day. So he faked a stomachache and get out of the choir. Now, as a good friend, which I can assure you I am, I would have no grudges against Sam whatsoever. But out of the blue, he recommended my name as his replacement. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever felt that your bestest friends get you in more trouble than they actually help you? The fact that Principal Sir can easily manage with 12 students to perform for a chief guest really made me rethink my friendship with Sam. So when all this is happening, I'm sitting under a tree, relaxing, completely unaware that my life is going to get changed forever. Principal Sir called me to his cabin. Now this dude is huge. He's 6'3", muscular, and has such a deep voice that he would give competition to the likes of Amish Puri. He said, Deepanshu, this is going to be the shining moment of your life. Out of all the students, you have been chosen to perform for a chief guest. When he said this, I am terror-stricken. Because the last time a teacher said, Deepanshu, you have brought praise to the whole class, I have collectively blown 2 Diwali bombs in school. So on my first day of practice, I'm purposefully standing at the back of the choir to avoid any attention whatsoever. But out of the blue, Principal Sir called that Deepanshu, you will perform in the front and in the center. The whole room felt silent. Every other kid started to think of me some kind of a child prodigy in singing and dancing. Later I got to find out that it was Sam who oversold my abilities to sing and dance. Finally, it's the D-Day, the performance day, and I am trying to fake a stomachache. Ladies and gentlemen, do you guys have a mother who have cured to every illness in this world?
Yes.
My mom developed a concoction of 20 herbs, 30 flowers, 40 roots, and God knows what else. So my plan one failed to 5,000 years of Indian medical science. On my way to school, I was really hoping for the bus to break down. But God has other plans. Finally, I'm on the stage, in the front, in the center, and the performance has started. I was so terror-stricken, so dumbfounded, so frightened that if the choir is singing something in the right, I'm doing the same thing in the left. If they have finished a song, I'm just about to start it. Soon, I start to get attention. And in a snap, everyone was looking at me. And in a snap, even the chief guest was looking at me. I was spoiling the show. So my music teacher took charge and brought me down the stage. As I was sitting alone, watching all my friends perform, I don't know why, but I felt the most crushing feeling of embarrassment I have ever felt in my life. Watching all my friends perform, I felt like I have not lived up to my principal sir expectation. I just wanted to run away from there. My terrible state was observed by my principal sir. He brought me to his cabin again, and unlike his powerful stature, he said in a very calm voice, Deepanshu, I knew you are not as a good singer and dancer like the rest of your friends. Suddenly, all that embarrassment turns to anger. Then why did you make me join? He said, because when I was small, I always wanted to perform in the choir, but my teachers didn't allow me because I was not good at it. But I wanted you to participate, I wanted you to give your best, and I am very proud that you have. I was like, you are? He said, yes, Because always remember that failure and success does not matter. What matters is our attitude and our efforts towards them. Ladies and gentlemen, the kindness shown towards by my teacher changed my life. It changed the memory of embarrassment to one of the most cherished memories of my life. We live in times where media, politics constantly try to divide us based on gender, religion, sex. That kindness, acceptance, mutual respect for each other's choices seems like a distant dream. But there are people who believe in that. You all visualize that in the sky. My friends, your choice of words can make someone's life. You have the power to change someone's life through your action. Let us make this world a better place, a place filled with kindness and love. Thank you.
Thanks to Toastmaster Deepanshu for sharing his speech. So I again request for giving feedback to Toastmaster Deepanshu. So now I will call upon our next speaker. So our next speaker is in MCTC. He has joined Toastmaster in September 2016. And since then, I think he has been most consistent in the meetings, and he has volunteered also whenever there is role open in the meeting. He always volunteer also for any role, and he has been very supportive throughout his stay at MCTC. And he is working in S&P Global, and he loves trekking, traveling. I will call upon Toastmaster Bhanu on the stage. Today's speech evaluator is Toastmaster Ashish Lal. I request him to share his speech objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhishek. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and most respected guests. TM Bhanu is delivering his speech from a path called Visionary Communications, a level 5 speech, and the speech that he'll deliver from the electives. So he's delivering his second speech. First speech was about developing your vision, and today in his speech he will share some aspect of the plan to implement his vision. Timer, please note, the speech timing is from 5 to 7 minutes. I wish all the best to him. Thank you.
Toastmaster Bhanu Dravid, I can fly to Toastmaster Bhanu.
This is a piece of paper. This is a piece of paper too. What's the difference? It can fly, yes. It can. Why? Because it has wings, and it doesn't. Now look at this paper. It has something written on it. For you, it might seem an ordinary piece of paper with something written on it. But for me, it's my life. It's my future. You guessed it right. This has my vision written on it. The same vision statement which I had presented with verve at the historic joint meeting of MCTC and GTMC on 25th August 2022. But this vision is not a single vision. This has multiple visions rolled into one single statement. To save time, I am not going to read out everything, but only a part of it. This vision sounds too ambitious, isn't it? Yes. Yeah. But I would like to refer to a proverb which Toastmaster Bakul quoted a lot of times at this forum. Mile by mile, life is a trial. Yard by yard, it's not so hard. Inch by inch, it's a cinch. Even the huge task, when broken into small doable tasks, can become very easy and achievable. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I've taken this vision, broken into pieces, and attached goals and small doable tasks. So I have defined my short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. Short-term goals, which has to be completed in next 3 months. Medium-term goals, which has to be completed in 3 months to 1 year time frame. And long-term goals, which has to be completed in 1 year to 5 years time period. My first vision, to become a motivational speaker. My short-term goals, meeting this vision, are getting the Distinguished Toastmaster Award in 3 months. For that, I will be completing my visionary communication path this month. I will choose my DTM project and guidance committee in the month of December, deliver first DTM speech again in December, complete the DTM project in January, and complete the DTM second speech in February. Now coming to the medium-term goals. My medium-term goal is to complete the presentation mastery path and begin online content creation. To meet that goal, first I will create a YouTube and podcast channel by April 2023, posting at least 10-minute content every week regularly. I will complete level 1 and 2 of presentation mastery path by May 2023 and level 3, 4 and 5 by November 2023. In the long-term goals, I will aim to become a professional speaker, and to meet that, I will join a professional speakers community by January 2024. Start speaking at various external forums by March 2024. Try to reach a target milestone of 1,000 subscribers to my YouTube and podcast channels by November 2024. And ultimately, my aim is to become a TEDx speaker by November 2027. So that is my long-term vision for my becoming a professional speaker. Similarly, I have created plan for my other visions. The one is for becoming a tech evangelist. Again, here I am spending my short-term goals on gaining knowledge and then going medium-term and long-term to share and spread those knowledge. In the paucity of time, I can't cover the entire vision and plan. But ladies and gentlemen, we all have dreams. Dreams to do something big. Dream to make a name for ourselves. Dream to fly high. But these dreams are ephemeral. If you don't work on it, they will vanish just like this. To make your dreams a reality, you need to write down on a piece of paper and give it a shape of vision. Again, this vision will still remain a piece of paper until you attach goals and actions to this vision. When you attach goals and actions, they act like wings to your vision. And I'm sure by attaching wings to my vision, just like this paper plane, one day I can fly too. Do you have dream? Yes. Have you written down it on paper? No. So I would request whoever has not written down on paper, when you go home today, take some spare time and write down your dream on a piece of paper, give it a shape of vision, and start working on your goals and plans. And I'm sure, just like this piece of paper, just like me, one day you will also be able to fly. Over to you.
Thanks, Toastmaster Bhanu. I'm sure you will fly one day.
He's flying already.
So let's give feedback to Toastmaster Bhanu again for 1 minute. So with this, we have covered one section of the meeting in which we have listened to our 5 prepared speeches. Now, I will recite the quote that worst speech you will ever give will be better than the one you never give. So that means we need to take more speeches so that we can practice more. So I encourage the members to take speech roles, whether it is speech or table topics master or TMOD. And now we will move into next section. So next section is the table topic section. So in this section we need to speak on the spot. So today our table topic master is Toastmaster Abhishek Soni. He joined Toastmasters in Feb 22 and he is working as product manager at Policy Bazaar, and his hobbies are watching movies. So I hand over the stage to table topic master of the day, Abhishek Soni, to conduct the table topic section.
Good morning, my dear Toastmaster and my fellow guests. I am conducting the table topic session of the today's meeting. Table topic session considered to be one of the most thrilling sessions and heart of the entire meeting. In this session, you are going to learn one of the critical skills, that is thinking on your feet. You have to come over there on the stage and you have to think for the next 1 minute and you have to speak on. So you have to, the topic will be given right on the stage to you. So now, this kind of session help you to nourish you from one of the most special skill like that you face in your daily life, either when you are in corporate office or when you are presenting yourself in front of the audience, like doing the QA session. You are not prepared at that moment, at various questions that are you thrown at that moment. So in this session, you are going to, this kind of session will help you to nourish you from that set of skills. So now in the table topic session, you have to speak minimum 1 to 2 minutes, which means minimum 1 minute to get qualified for the table topics is contest. And next, maximum 2 minutes, and post that you between 30 seconds to concise your summary of your speech. And when you are speaking the table topic, when you are taking the speech, so you follow the audio approach, because when you follow the audio approach, your speech will be well structured within 2 minutes. So here in the audio approach, O stands for opinion. So you have to say what you feel on that topics. Then we have the R. Say your opinion with the region and what you feel regarding that topics. Then we have the E, explain with examples, and then again O means opinion. Here you have to follow give the concise summary of your speech that you deliver in the start of 2 minutes. Now coming to the theme of the table topics. Since our Toastmaster restricted ourselves to not speak on politics. So but today my theme is related somewhere on the politics, because if you look at the news today and newspaper, we have a politics environment going on, and all the news media is following are taking the elections and the politics at the prime level. So I have put the politics in the today meeting. So the theme is that we will be given a ministry, a position in the ministry, like some ministry of homes, culture, and you have to speak, you have to come over there and convince the audience to vote for that position. And you have to convince the audience why they will vote for that position. So that's all regarding the table topics. Now I request any member to come over the stage.
The topic is Ministry of Child. So Ministry of Child, if I will be given the Ministry of Child, what I will do? So my focus here will be to develop the childs in education, sports and communication. Because child is the future of any nation. If we groom them for the future, they will definitely serve the nation and they will take the nation ahead of others. So the focus will be to improve the infrastructure for education, give them better education, give them the right platform, and to improve or promote the sports. In current environment, what we are, apart from few sports like cricket or one or two other sports, so people are not having incentives or the motivation to join the sports as a profession. So what I will do that, I will incentivize them, give the quota in government jobs or promote them so that they join the sports as a profession, be it football, be it hockey or be it some other sports. So that's the agenda I will do. Over to you. Thank you.
Now I look forward to one more Toastmasters. Yeah, Surinder.
Ministry of Yoga. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yoga. So, thank you, Abhishek, Toastmaster Abhishek, giving me an opportunity to speak here. And if I received a Ministry of Yoga, first of all, this is a very good ministry, and I believe our country needs most. As per the stats, most of them are struggling with our obesities in our Indian population. So even our Prime Minister also promoting yoga. So definitely, however it is maybe a fictional, but in the near future, it will be definitely a ministry soon, and hope I will be there. I will definitely promote in the yoga. Even this bill the yoga will be a symbolic for our Indian culture to represent at international level. This again help to build our image, or even all other countries are adopting these. We have a lot of benefit of that. Apart from our physical, it also helps to improve our mental health. As I believe, a mental body have a mental mind. So, a yoga is the one thing that can focus on the both things. This is the importance of yoga. I am closing speech my here. Thank you.
So, and now I will request the guest member to come on the stage and take the position. Yeah. Sivan. So here Sivan, we have some.
So I've got Ministry of Laughter. Don't know whether I'm good at it, okay, but my friends say that when you have a good laughter, okay, that was a comment that I got to hear, okay, don't know, but yes. So Ministry of Laughter, I think this is the only thing that now these days people need it more, okay. Because now these days, I don't know whether you people are stingy at giving money, but people are moreover stingy at showing their laughter, okay. Because everybody or we people usually get to see the frowning faces, the sad faces, sometimes angry, okay. But there is no smile that we get to see in the world, okay? And which is actually making people or making us to, feel a kind of the problem that I feel that yes, whenever I go or whenever I meet people, so I get to see that people are not moreover into laughing and smiling. They try to keep themselves away from smiling or showing their beautiful expressions that God has given us so far, I think. Okay, so yes, if I get to handle this Ministry of Laughter, I allow everyone that if you are not going to laugh the whole day, so you will be fined for at least 10,000. Okay, so that people will definitely laugh. Okay, so yes, that's the only thing that I can do. Thank you.
The another guest we have, yes.
Very good morning to all of you. Good afternoon, maybe. Okay, so my topic is Ministry of Entertainment. So thank you so much for this opportunity. I know this is good for me to speak something on this topic like Ministry of Entertainment. So every time when we live our life, so we think it's monotony in our life, right? So we think there is something entertainment, that's why we go to cinema, we go to some educational institutions, or we go everywhere to entertain ourselves. But for me, entertainment is not just passing the time. Entertainment is to get value addition in your life, right? So nowadays when I talk about the cinema, so we have some different forms, like boycott is there, something for the people that we don't go because they are not providing us such value addition in our life, right? So if I will be in the industry of, in the Ministry of Entertainment, I will add so many things, like entertainment in terms of education, awareness, or to be with yourself. It doesn't mean that you want entertainment from others. You can spend your whole day with yourself too, if you are relating with yourself. Because I see when people be with others, they are not fully with themselves, right? So if you are with someone, if you are spending your 5 minutes with a single person, it means you have to put your 100% with that person. For me, entertainment is to be with yourself, truly with yourself, and truly on that path where you can improve yourself, your native one, or your country too. So entertainment is for me to share yourself, your near and dear ones, and to give your best. Thank you.
the guests, I can say.
Do we have time?
Do we have time?
Till 12 we have done. Till
Yeah, we have 5.
5 minutes.
Okay.
Hello everyone. Ministry of Pollution. Wow, it's a very good subject. It's very tough for me. So, if I become a minister in pollution, first I will request to everyone, and I will make some law also ki go to green and try to use like metro. Yeah, try to use the cycling. So if you use cycling, you are going to do your exercise also. You are saving the carbon dioxide also. And so this kind of thing, see, pollution is for me is very complicated subject. What I can say, and see, thank you. Please.
Yes, say something more.
At least for the
Okay.
You can think and say.
E-vehicle is one of the
E-vehicles, e-scooters, and what is called a co-rider. Yeah, co-rider. We can use this also, and promote some, give some subsidy. If what we are promoting like in one society, if you become the co-rider, we can make some subsidy to give the somehow the energy. If you are going to charge batteries, so we will put some give the subsidy to get your electricity bills and all. For that we can give. And first we will also request. I will also request to everyone ki think yourself, because future is on your hand. And so for that, if you think about future, you will definitely think about pollution, how to reduce that. Abhay Raj Singh.
Abhay Raj Singh. Like the guests, like we have here.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hello. My name is Zaeema. Ministry of Chocolate.
Ministry of
Chocolate. Ministry of Chocolate. Though I'm obese from my childhood, but I've never eaten that much chocolates that to avoid it. So, but also I haven't got it in my toddler age or when I was 4 or 5 years old. I always tell this thing, we couldn't afford nutties. I was in Rajendra Nagar, there was a shop opposite the Salwan school. So when I came from my school, I used to stand there, and the money I got from my parents for my day spending in this thing, so I could only buy gems. So gems was a little less expensive than the nutties. I think nutties had the almonds inside it, so we couldn't afford it. And so we, I grown up eating gems only and a simple quality cup of a small ice cream. Never had this chocolate ice creams, and that time it was not that famous also. So then again I couldn't reduce myself. I have maintained myself. In my 10th class also I was like this, and now also I'm like this. So, but now I'm eating more chocolate as my son is in States and now he's in Germany. So he brings, not he brings, but whenever I go, I bring chocolates. And whatever, I'm a sugar patient also. I don't have to eat chocolates, but I take little bit after my dinner. And I just take it because when जैसे बोलते हैं दाने होते हैं तो दांत नहीं, दांत होते हैं तो दाने नहीं, तो इसलिए मैं ज़रूर खाती हूँ कि मेरे को अब तो दाने भी हैं, दांत भी हैं, तो मैं खा लूँ थोड़ी सी. And chocolate अगर मुझे मिनिस्ट्री मिलती है तो it is very good when you don't have much to eat, when you are traveling, when you are on a long journeys, or if you are like in the meetings like this. And then you can you can take it in your mouth, and it will give you that sugar level high, and I think it gives you mentally also some help also. And in San Jose I went to, I call it that Giradir, I call it Giradir. So that is a huge showrooms, and in Vegas also there is lot of chocolates everywhere. So I will provide children, but with some restriction. Like on cigarettes, you write it, liquor, every time it is written. Posh liquor instead of in Gurgaon. Nowadays lot of posh liquor centers have come up. I'll create that chocolate centers. Thank you.
So thank you all, everyone, for participating on the table topics contest. Over to you.
Thanks, Toastmaster Abhishek, for sharing such topics. So now I will request all of you again to give 1 minute feedback. Feedback to Toastmaster Abhishek. Thanks, Simon. So now we will move into our next section, which is evaluation section. I just say that feedback is breakfast for champions. So now we will get feedback from our evaluation section. So today our general evaluator is Toastmaster Vivek. So I will call upon him and he will be leading this evaluation section. So please welcome Toastmaster Vivek.
Okay, I guess all of you have heard good speeches. Now it's the turn for evaluation. So we'll start with the first evaluator, Toastmaster Atul, who will evaluate the Toastmaster Ashvini speech. So over to you, Toastmaster Atul.
What a word icebreaker speech TM Ashvini has given. He has started with a quote, "Life is a challenge. Keep calm and find the right way." And given the right live example, he forgot the speech, but he kept calm and he started again. So that's the beauty of his speech. He has given live example that whenever you face challenge, something, keep calm and find the way. Can anyone tell from which company he started his career? Wipro. And what's the reason his team member given for taking the leave? It means he's a good storyteller with a message. And what message he give with that story? That can anyone tell? So avoid aggressiveness while talking to someone. Keep calm. And he showed that despite his heated argument, he kept calm and he delivered the project on time. So he's a good storyteller with message, I will say. And overall his speech is good. As an icebreaker speech, I will say the hand gestures were good. He has a good storytelling ability and he has a confidence also. Though he couldn't start it, he forgot, but he never lost his confidence. He started again and delivered. So on the improvement area, I will say practice more before coming on the stage. For practicing, you can practice in front of mirror, or you can nowadays you can click your video and see it that what are the mistakes you are doing and you can improve on those. Or you can show to your whosoever is your mentor. You can send the video to him and ask him for improvement area. And second thing is stage movement. So you need to cover entire stage from here to here. So you can start that I started my career with this, then I moved in my life from there, and these are my aspirations. So that way you can tell the story about your life and your message. And lastly, the eye contact is important. So overall, it's a good speech. Keep learning, okay? And you are on the right path for becoming a good communicator. So keep participating and keep learning. Thank you.
So next evaluator is Toastmaster Anand for Toastmaster Jatin evaluation. All the best.
Wow, what a great story. Thank you, Toastmaster Jatin, for sharing your story with us. It was a real treat in terms of listening his speech. The story that he narrated, he talked about so many things about his life. So, do you guys remember which sports enthusiast is he?
Soccer.
Wonderful. Why did he start reading Harry Potter? Wonderful. Okay. And where did he go for his schooling? In Ghaziabad. All of us remember that. Good narration. Good narration. When you kind of start with a story, you actually weave the story along, we all tend to remember and connect with Jatin better. And he did that job brilliant today. It was a brilliant effort. His humor in the speech was sprinkled at the right places to invoke that laughter and that connection. Good usage of humor. His hand gestures were matching with his speech. The content that he was sharing, it was open in that way. So it was actually showing that he's confident, more or less, to present his story. Now let's come to certain recommendations. Your voice or the speech rate was too fast for some of us to grasp. Some of the quotes that were mentioned were not very clear. Either you were not completing that, or it was so fast that people were having a feeling that these were not completed. So one thing that, and in priority, you can actually work on reducing your rate of speech. Any speech, whatever the time may be given, let's say it's a 4 to 6 minute speech, write a speech with 500 words on a Word document. And trust me, you'll be able to deliver those 500 words in those 5 to 6 minutes. That's the mantra I have followed, and it has worked for me. The second recommendation that I would actually suggest is the usage of notes. It was your first speech, and of course, kind of people actually try to take advantage of what they have actually thought out in terms of structure. Try to reduce it as much as possible, and with more practice, you'll actually be able to get there. The third one is usage of stage. I think it's too early for us to actually recommend you on usage of stage. As you work on the first two, you'll definitely be able to improve. The last thing that actually he did was he ended with a quote, which was Matthew 13:12, which says, "Whoever has will be given more, whoever doesn't have, even what they have will be taken." And that is what he has defined his journey, and he wants to change that, and that is why he has joined Toastmaster. My friend, you have come to the right place. And we look forward to a lot of many more great speeches from you. Thanks, over to you.
Now I will request Toastmaster Bakul for evaluating Toastmaster Shaayaan's speech.
Let me start now, because I wanted to draw everybody's attention. The speaker used a character for all of us to learn What was the name of that character? Pablo. Everybody knows it. Everybody remembers it. When the speech objective was voice modulation and body language, I will start with how the speaker came on the stage and how he stood. Actually, the body language starts from there. You all might have seen the speaker came and stood in the center with legs firmly put on the floor. That shows speaker's confidence. So when you come as a speaker, don't convolute like this. Come and stand in the center. That first moment itself should reflect the speaker is very confident. That was reflected. Second, the biggest attribute for any speaker is to have a smile on the face. Because the smile will always connect speaker with the audience, and the speaker did that very well. So standing firm and having a smile on the face, these were the two things where the speaker got 100% of the marks. Now, in public speaking, there are three elements. Body language has the importance of 54% in public speaking. Voice modulation, 53%. Voice modulation has 40%. And the content is only 7%. Does it mean that content is not important? Content is important. But best of the content dies a premature death if at all body language and voice modulation does not have the required verb. Okay? Right. So both on voice modulation and body language, speaker did a fantastic job. Now, what was the topic of the speaker? Lesson from Pablo. Now, one of the blogs I read where it was mentioned, if at all you want audience to remember your speech and have a learning, carry home certain messages, then you have to get into that circular motion. So speaker kept repeatedly coming to, you can learn from, you can learn from, you can learn from. That is what he did as well. He kept involving audience at the right time and keep repeating the message, which really helped audience capture all the messages. What are the couple of learnings you got from Pablo?
Being content,
being content,
ignoring,
forgiving, ignoring, right? So all the messages he delivered in style. Now there were very few recommendations, but I have to give those recommendations. One is, speaker created an invisible wall here. In the initial part of the speaker did not go to this side. Then my telepathy worked, and then speaker went to this side, right? And then he started, then that side of the audience. So possibly speaker can use the entire audience in the second time the speaker did not use the full quota of time. But a wonderful speaker delivered a great message in style to all of us. Thank you so much. We would love to listen to more and more from you. Thank you. One message to all the Toastmasters. This is what we have to learn from the speaker. First thing he did was, he printed his evaluation form and gave it to me. You have to evaluate in this paper. Thank you so much. This is the best practices we the Toastmaster should follow. Okay,
great. For evaluating Toastmaster Deepanshu's speech, I would be evaluating. How many of you remember the year in which Toastmaster Deepanshu found a situation when he got biggest lesson? 2015. And what were the size of crowd? 2000. Great. And how many of you can really acknowledge someone else crush does something and someone comes into a tighter spot? So, what was the name of his friend? Sam. Toastmaster Deepanshu came on the stage very confidently. He started the speech with great eye contact. He narrated complete story of experience, stage by stage, and each one of us will remember for a long. The objective of the speaker was to learn two things. One was identify his humor style, and the second was apply those humors in the speech. So how many times we laughed during the speech? 3 to 4 times. I was laughing multiple times, of course. So speaker brought humor. And there are many ways, type of way you can bring humor in the speech. There are 4 or 5 important ways which I have judged. It was self-defeating or self-enhancing humor style. So a speaker put himself into a poor situation. He narrated about his point, and he explained the situation in which he was having difficulty and somebody supported him. So the character he made himself as on the poor side. This is self-defeating humor. Overall, if you see a speech, content, clarity of the voice, vocal variety, everything was great. But one recommendation I would like to give to a speaker, since it was a humorous speech, there were many situations where he could have acted or he could have dramatized that situation to bring little more humor. When it was said, he was kept in a tight situation or he was not able to speak on the stage, he could have dramatized that situation to bring more humor. That's one suggestion I have, Deepanshu. Overall, it was great speech, lot of learning how somebody can put you in the situation which can in a long term benefit you once you learn from those bigger thoughts which his principal gave to him. The other point, very well a speaker has done, he has his life experiences also he has put into this speech, and which is really a lesson for all of us. So call to action was very clear in his speech. So all the best for your next speech, Deepanshu. Thank you. The last speech again is from Toastmaster Bhanu, and Toastmaster Ashish would be evaluating that speech. So over to you, Toastmaster Ashish.
Thank you. A dream without a goal is a wish, and a goal without a plan is a dream. So I'd like to appreciate the speaker for sharing the detailed vision of him by breaking down his vision into goals. And the most daunting task for the speaker was that he became more accountable today for his goals by sharing with all of us today. So couple of commendation for the speaker. The speaker started his speech by grabbing audience attention by comparing 2 sets of sheets paper and set the stage for his speech titled I Can Fly. I'd also like to appreciate the speaker for burning midnight oil, doing a lot of soul searching and penning down his vision statement, breaking it down into goals, long-term goals, short-term goals, by giving a definite timeline to it. So kudos to you, the speaker. The speaker ended his speech by a clear message for his audience that work on your goal and plan by penning it down on the paper. Recommendation for the speaker I have is that I found that the audience engagement was not there throughout the 5 to 7 minutes of speech. Since he was sharing his vision, his goals about his plans, grabbing audience attention was a difficult task, right? So I think that the speaker should have asked a curious kind of session with the audience, would have generated interest in the audience to look at his goals and visions. So that I found that should have been there. Second, the speaker should have also talked about the dream, the dream that the vision that he was talking about, and he should talk about that why this goal is being his vision, right? Why he is interested for it. He could have shared a little story about his the goal that he want to pursue for himself. But on the whole, I like the speaker's speech today, and his speech today meets his project objective by sharing a detailed plan for implementing his vision. A little audience awareness or attention during his speech could have made his speech more impactful. Love to hear more from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashish. Now it's time for evaluation by tag team. So first I would like to request maybe AHA counter Surinder. Please come over the stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster today. So, as an R counter, whenever we speak, give speech or do speaking, grammar and everything is good. But when these R counter things why it is important? I believe it is like a dark spots on your faces of your speech. However, you can master your grammar, you can draft very good speech. But when you try to deliver it, then you use these words or you use these type of sounds, then it will become a highlight for your speeches. So this is my responsibility to highlight, and so that all of us can improve. I am just naming and number of counts. Starting from Atul. He used so words, so you know this type of words 4 times, then 6 times, and long pauses 6 times. Now coming on Deepanshu, I also add on the report of Deepanshu because I already played this role in earlier meeting. I gave feedback. He was using too much so's. But today he improved a lot. The so word is I found this one time, and the account have 4 and repeated words 4 times. Now Harjinder, the Toastmaster of the day, they have a lot of and need to improve on things. Uses of birds are the 6, and use of is more than the 7 to 8. And repeated words are also 6. And the Toastmaster Zaeema, if I am not Zaeema. So you are absolutely flawless. You didn't use any word. I didn't found anything. And Toastmaster Vivek, till now, I believe you don't know add much more. The 3 so birds and 7 sounds, 2 long pauses or repeated words. After that, the one thing I just want to add the icebreaker speeches, the Ashvini. He did a very well job in this section on the sounds. However, I found a lot of It's obvious for the first type of speaking, but I didn't found any single sound in his speech. That was really commendable. All other are fine. No any other highlights. I am closing my report here. Thank you for this.
Thank you. Now I would like to call Bhavna Mehta for grammarian report. Please come over the stage. Okay, all the best.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
So I would like to start with Toastmaster Ashvini. So yes, a few points. So there was one statement, share you. So it should be share with you. So that with was missed. And then there was one statement in which you said it harmed me, right? So it would be it harms me. And the past, present kind of thing was also there. So in a statement you said when I hear. So it should be when I heard. So because it was the talking about the past incident. And you spoke about that we discussed between all team members. So instead of between, it would be amongst all team members because there were more than 2 team members, I'm assuming. And there was also one statement, along taking care of her pet. So along with, because along with taking care of her pet. And then objective of discussion will never meet, or the better usage would have been will never be met. So if that was not happening, the objectives of the meeting, discussion will never be met. That time I given the task, that time I was given the task. So that was missing. I given the task. So maybe in the flow of you miss those words. And then the last one is life never stopped teaching you. It should be life never stops teaching you. Stops instead of stop. Yeah, so these were a few things I noticed. Then for Toastmaster Deepanshu. So there was one statement in which you said towards by my teachers. So towards me. I think you missed the me maybe in the flow of the speech. And the second and the last would be people who believes in that. So people who believe in that. So instead of believes, it should be believe. Then for Toastmaster Bhanu, long-term goals which has to be met. Okay, so it should be long-term goals which have to be met. Instead of has, it would be have to be met. And then the last one would be for Toastmaster Vivek. Just one thing. Speaker put himself in poor position. So I think this was during your evaluation. So it should be a speaker puts himself in the poor position. So yeah, I think the rest of the things are pretty much fine.
Okay, thank you. Now I would request Toastmaster Ayush for timing report.
The meeting started on time. TM Atul as Sergeant at Arms took 1 minute 58 seconds. Allotted time was 2 minutes. TM Deepanshu as Presiding Officer took 5 minutes 35 seconds. Allotted time was 5 minutes. TM Harjinder in total took 10 minutes 24 seconds. TM Zaeema took 1 minute 40 seconds. TM Vivek as General Evaluator took 5 minutes 40 seconds. In prepared speeches, TM Ashvini took 8 minutes. Allotted time was 6 minutes. TM Jatin took 6 minutes 49 seconds. Allotted time was 6 minutes. TM Shaayaan took 6 minutes 13 seconds. Allotted time was 7 minutes. TM Deepanshu took 7 minutes 18 seconds. Allotted time was 7 minutes. TM Bhanu took 6 minutes 45 seconds and allotted time was 7 minutes. In table topics, TM Abhishek took 2 minutes 40 seconds. TM Atul took 1 minute 25 seconds. TM Surinder took 1 minute 30 seconds. Guest Shivani took 1 minute 18 seconds. Guest Vandana took 1 minute 55 seconds. Guest Abhiraj took 1 minute 30 seconds. Guest Seema took 2 minutes 38 seconds. In evaluations, TM Atul took 2 minutes 43 seconds. TM Anand took 3 minutes 10 seconds. TM Bakul took 3 minutes 45 seconds. TM Vivek took 3 minutes 45 seconds. TM Ashish took 3 minutes 25 seconds. TM Bhawna took 2 minutes 40 seconds. TM Surinder took 3 minutes 8 seconds. And I took 2 minutes 4 seconds.
Thank you, Toastmaster. As we are already running late, but still I would request once again, and I am doing in every meeting, please be on time. I think we are starting meeting exactly at 10:30, but many guests and some of the members are coming late. So I would request, please continue, be on time, and role players please reach by 10:15 or maximum by 10:20. Overall, it was a great meeting, lot of energy, work. I think it represents the meeting what we had today. Great speeches and great evaluation as well. And other important things, many guests who have participated today in this table topic session, and some of you couldn't. Maybe next time you will be given an opportunity. So overall, it was a great meeting. On overall evaluation, I would say we are improving. One, I think discipline of this timing has to be number one. Some of the role players did today exceptionally well, and one of them was Toastmaster Zaeema. We will remember black cow and white cow. Great. Evaluation done by all the evaluators were great. Objectively it was done, and right mix of commendation and recommendation was there. One more point for the guests especially. Since I sat on the back side most of the time, many guests were visiting with their iPhone or maybe Android. So please request, be attentive in this meeting. Attention along with emotion will give you long-term learning and memory. So without taking further time, I would request President to come over the stage and please have closing remarks. Thank you.
What an amazing meeting filled with so much learning, 2 life stories, learning from Pablo, so much learning. I mean, finally found out that we have too many politicians in our group. So with this, I would request all the members and guests, you must have gotten a link on the WhatsApp group. For the guests, please reach out to your nearest members, help them with the QR code. Please give your valuable votes for the best speaker, best role play, and other awards. So in the interest of time, while we are having voting and the results are getting finalized, I would ask the guests, what is your feedback for today's meeting? Any suggestion you have for us? So, ma'am, would you like to go first?
I really like the whatever topics and systematically it is going. And the last part, I really like the grammatical part, which is, I always feel that when I'm speaking, I think I'm speaking into my grammar is not that. Maybe I'm missing something. I love this part for the correction and also the evaluation. It is like you are doing some task and then evaluating on the spot. So that is so good. Like after giving my own, and I think while I'll go back home, so I'll have so many topics to think, to write my dream, to learn from Pablo type copy. And one thing I must add here, my brother has a kitten in his house, and he always says, when he last time visited us, he said, dog gives you pampering. Dogs make you but cat doesn't go this thing. So this is one thing I want to add with this thing. कि dogs आपको ना बढ़ाते हैं, मतलब आपको चढ़ाते हैं ऊपर, क्या बड़े बाबू हो, और cats आपको भाव देंगे. So these are some things which will go back home and give me a lot of knowledge and grooming and dreaming, whatever, at this age of life.
Thank you.
My name is Vandana, and there is so much to learn from everyone over here, and I think it will enhance my ability to talk in so many people, in front of so many people, and I really love the energy of this room and how people are encouraging each one of us without making anyone feelings low about anyone. So really love the energy of this place. Thank you.
It was a great learning for me. I have learned a lot. Even I spoke about some topics. So it was good, and I think this is a very good platform for every one of us because we want improvement, we want growth. It's not about only me, it's about others which I am relating or I am with. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Your feedback.
Yeah. Hi everyone, I am Sunil. So first of all, one thing I found that audience was very supportive. So when he was speaking, so all of us were encouraging him to speak when he stopped. And another one was new learnings. So it's not about public speaking here only. There were people are sharing their thoughts, so we can learn those things as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this is my third class going on, okay, and yeah, I love the whole day and whatever we people got to learn today itself, and the way people are putting efforts into great work, okay, so I appreciate it and yes, looking forward for the same. Thank you.
Hello everyone. The best thing I like about the audience that is supportive, that is energetic, that is knowledgeable, and everyone can learn from anyone of the member here. And the second thing was that the storytelling part is very important in our personal and professional life also. And it's great to talk about any of the topic of the life, any of the event of the life. So we can use it in many sections of our future perspective. And my objective was to learn about public speaking, about telling myself in a more broad perspective. Perspective can be explained in different manner, in different styles, and it is great here. I can learn today. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just love the session, and the most best part I got that evaluators are telling me the mistakes without making them feel ashamed, without making them feel embarrassed. That I like the most, and we are not comparing each other, and we are listening others well. As to be a good speaker, we must be a listener well.
Hello, my name is Pujan. This is my second session. So what I like about this session is this is so interactive. First, second is you are being encouraged to speak, and no one is judging you, and everyone is you should speak, and they are giving encouragement. So that is the best thing I like about the session.
Thank you.
This is my first session. So I have learned a lot from this. Firstly, from the member, they go blank on the speech and they took a pause and they started a speech. And second, from you, that you can learn from a pet also. See things, you can learn from a pet also, and the showing you the black power and how to narrate. And the third thing I learned that how to narrate a story from the person who are going outside, like how to narrate your story. And you think you said that firstly you have to close your eyes and remember you the kindness given to you. So I'm connecting with that kindness be thankful. So I will be more thankful to the person. So you will meet with a different personality and improve yourself. So that would be great session.
Thank you very much.
Hi everyone. Actually, I have attended Toastmaster for the very first time, and I have heard about the Toastmaster session from my colleague. And as a procurement engineer since 9 years, and I have never attended such type of event of home, and it is like quite helpful for me, and I am looking forward to attend more sessions in coming days or whenever it will be. So it is a good learning for me, and especially from Bhanu sir, and because I have never written my goals or visions for future. I am just going on with that. So I should return that. Thank you, Bhanu sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Ajay, and I have learned a lot of words I have received, and meanwhile, the life, like milestones people have achieved, and they explained that encourages me to do the same and achieve more in public speaking and communication. So I'll be very grateful to continue with this job.
Thank you. Thank you.
I've been a Toastmaster for a short, very less time earlier, but yes, it was a great experience in this meeting, and I was looking for a good Toastmasters club in Gurgaon, and I think I found one. So, and the best thing about this meeting I found was the evaluation section. The evaluations were very fantastic. It was fantastic. All the recommendations and commendations were given very well, so it was very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, one gentleman.
Sorry.
Hello everyone. It was great experience for me, and I learned 3 things in my life. First, I forget the name. Never give up, because he feels some fear, he forgets some words, but he will again restart. Second, sir, see, sometimes we know about the subject, but we don't know how to speak, how to express things. That I learned to him. Third, Bhanu sir. Bhanu sir is a great motivational speaker. He said, you write down your goals. So for that, I said, write down my goals. Why I put this is 2015, I was sitting one place because I am doing Kaisu consultancy and my client Pan India and I am staying in Kerala. So I said, I have to think something what is made different from others. So I said, Kaisu druggist. My many friends said, oh, what is the meaning of this? You are the druggist, you go to USA police to catch me. Catch you. I said, no. There is some reason, Kaisu druggist. Druggist is the one chemist shop. There you can find the medicine for any disease. So for Kaisu, if you have any issues, any problem, anything, come to me. I have all solutions. Wow. Then after I came and I write down second things. Kaisu is my DNA. One time Kaisu druggist. That you find anywhere. You can search me. Now I am very famous for that. If people go, you are Kaisu druggist, yes. And after who was saying no, that is bad. Now they are copy and paste. So that I learned to Bhanu sir also. Never give up. Take yourself when you have any problem, sit, calm down, think about yourself. Whatever people are saying, forget that. Just go what you like. Finish. This. So I will try to join next class also. Thank you.
So it's the results time, awards time. So we have the first is best auxiliary role play. We have 3. Grammarian with Toastmaster Bhawna, she was doing the role for the first time. Our counter Toastmaster Surinder and timer Toastmaster Ayush. Who do you think did the job best? Difficult, quite difficult. But it goes to the first time role player, Toastmaster Bhawna. Best Evaluator Award. We have 5 amazing evaluations. Toastmaster Atul, Toastmaster Anand, Toastmaster Bakul, Toastmaster Vivek and Toastmaster Ashish. Who do you think did the job best? But the award for best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Bakul. Best Table Topic Speaker Award. We have 5-7 amazing table topic speeches. Who do you think did the job best? Audience vote. It goes to guest Seema.
कैसे भी करके आपने सबको चॉकलेट खिलाई.
You have to give some chocolates to us.
I'll make it cheap as a minister. और मैंने आपको बोला जितने लिकर शॉप्स बहुत स्टाइलिश हो रही हैं उन सबकी जगह चॉकलेट और सस्ती कर देंगे. Thank you very much.
Best Role Player Award. We have 4 amazing role players today. Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Harjinder. Jokemaster, Toastmaster Zaeema. Journal Evaluator, Toastmaster Vivekananda. And Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Abhishek. Who do you think did the job best? It goes to Jokemaster, Toastmaster Zaeema.
Unexpected, but okay. Thank you.
Who was the journalist?
Other role players also
Who was the journalist?
True. Thank you everyone.
Best Speaker Award. We have 5 speeches. Who do you think did the job best? I'll give you a guess. It is someone who have already taken award in their family. It goes to Toastmaster Shaayaan. Thank you. Thank you so much. Also, not the least award, we in Millenium Free Toastmasters Club, as a sign of encouragement, noticing the most proactive member in our club, we have this award called Toastmaster of the Month, and this award is given based on points. So our VP Education, VP Membership calculates points. For example, taking a role, specific roles have most. For example, TMOD has the most points. There are also penalties, backouts give you minus negative points. If someone has back out and you have taken a role, they'll give you points. So that is how we calculate the Toastmaster of the Month award, and it is basically to encourage and to recognize the most proactive members so that we can learn from them. Now this time we have 2 Toastmasters of the Month award. Last week it was already given to Toastmaster Bakul Joshi. He has been the Toastmaster of the Month for October, but this time we have 2. So a second award for Toastmaster of the Month goes to Toastmaster Zaeema.
Thank you.
So it is already published, no?
Thank you.
This award you can take. With this, we conclude our today's meeting. After every meeting, we have snacks. So we're requesting all the guests, members, to please join us for the snacks. Selfie. Yeah. For the guests, please reach out to Navcharan, Atul sir, Vivek for any query you have regarding membership. Now, I would request all the members to come on the stage so that we can have a group photo. So that's. I will take a selfie. So, who is better at selfie? Okay, we are taking a selfie.
All are smiling.
Can everybody there? That call?
YouTube के लिए तो बढ़िया होता है स्टेज वाला.